Hi, this is Greg and welcome to my YouTube channel. Tonight is the first in our Hirst Arts How To series, and what this is going to be, these are going to be quick, maybe 10 to 15 minute videos of just some simple projects that can be put together in relatively short time. And so the first thing I thought we'd do tonight is we're going to build one of the tombs. You can use this in your RPG games, maybe something if you're going to reconstruct the Castle Ravenloft board game, you might need a bunch of these. So what I've done is I've cast up, while I've been working on my Space Corridor project, I've been casting some sets of the small brick mold. And what I'm going to do tonight is we're just going to put this together on camera. And I'm going to pause it in between each step so I can glue it and things like that. But what you see in front of me are the first 4 pieces. And basically what we're going to do here is just going to build the center structure of the tomb wall itself. So to do this, you're going to take each piece and we're going to put it together like so. So that's going to form the basis. Yeah, that's going to be the side of the tomb wall right there. And so what's going to happen at this point is that this piece right here, once we glue it together, is going to sit on a floor piece. So I'm going to move this off to the side, and I'm going to bring in some of these floor pieces. Let me pull it apart a little bit because I kind of pre-assembled a little bit at the side. So if you look right here, and out of that small brick mold, these are the 2 largest pieces from that mold. So you're just going to butt those up together. Take one of the interlocking pieces, put it on this side. Here's another one. Now each one of these pieces is one of the little, half bricks that go in there. So we're going to take that. We'll put that right there. We'll take our half brick. We're going to plug it back in. We got another half brick. Now when you're working with the small individual bricks, you want to make sure you want to know where your scrape side is. So obviously we want the scrape side down, because what we don't want to do is forget where that is and put it sideways, and then you get done and you look at the edge of your mold and it's got, the edge of your project, and it has a nice texture on it, and all of a sudden you've got this flat square block in there. Alright, and then right here at the top, that will finish there. And so then we'll come over here to the other side. Alright, we're going to put 4 more. We have, and again, I'm just dry fitting these right now, so you might see it slide around a little bit. Okay, and then we come down the side. You see me checking where that flat side is all the time as I'm moving down. And I need one more. Right there. So that is going to be the platform that this is going to sit on. Now you may look and think that, well, that's kind of a big platform, but now our next point that we have to do is there's going to be texture on the side of this, on each side going around. So I'm just going to lay this flat right here. And what we're going to do is get us some of our archway pieces. And then each one of these is going to go in a corner like this. And then you notice the texture is different on these bricks. So I mentioned that if you look at my demolding series, you'll be able to see each type of brick that comes out of this small block mold. So, and then basically this is going to glue onto there. Oops. Like that. And we're going to do this on each side of that. So what I'm going to do right now is pause the video. I'm going to tacky glue this all together. I'm going to come back, and then we're going to go over the making the cover. I mean the coffin, the tomb top that's going to go on top of this. So I'll be right back, and we'll finish this up. Thanks. All right, and we're back. All right, we're on kind of a stage 2 right now. So far, I have built the floor. You can see the floor piece on the bottom. I'm going to be kind of careful moving this around because the tacky glue has not had time to set. That's why it's still, you see the white right there. Putting this together took about 10 minutes, maybe 15 at the top end. But if you look, you got the floor piece on the bottom. We've got the archways that are on all 4 sides. So we got the other long archway. When you do this project, you need to make sure you do the 2 long archways first, because the way the side arches sit, they actually glue to the long one. So if you look at the side arches right here, you'll see how, and the final arch on this side. So that is basically the base. Now we're going to make the cover that's going to go on top of the tomb. So what we're doing with this is we've taken a piece of cardboard, and this is a 1 1/4 inch by 2 1/4 inch piece of, you can use mat board, but you want something that is going to raise it just a little bit, because what we're going to do at this point is this is going to go here flat on the surface, and I'm just going to use these for reference. So I'm going to let me move this up just a little bit. So what we're doing is we're trying to make just a slight variation in the height. So if you look at the side right here, you can see there's, maybe about a 32nd of an inch, a millimeter, height separation between the middle and this. So you're going to have a whole ring that goes around the outside of this, and then on the inside we have it built up with some brick texture. And then this is all glued together across the top, so it'll pick up in one piece. And then when that's done, you'll take it and you'll just set it right on top of here, and that'll be a completed tomb. So total time, maybe about 30 minutes of actual assembly time. Castings, you will need minimum, there's 4 castings here, maybe 5. The piece that's the getcha piece, there's only 1 of these in the small brick mold, this corner right here, and you need 4 of those. So I know there's a minimum of 4 castings here. I think, with 4, you've got plenty of bricks to do this whole piece. So 4 castings per tomb, and you should be good. Now he does another variant where he uses a top that's cast out of resin, and he uses some skulls and some other stuff in there. I'm not going to go and do that. This is just a test piece for fun, because some of these smaller projects, I can record them. They'll take, 10 to 15 minutes, and I can show you. So this is kind of a warm-up for the sci-fi machinery mold when we get to it. So when we start creating the lab tables and the power generators and stuff like that, I'm going to do each one of those pieces in the same type of format. So we'll keep the long videos on an actual space corridor project, and as we hit that machinery mold for that project, I'm going to break those videos off into their own little how-to segments, and you're just building each piece by itself. So again, I'm going to put the top together, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's completed. Be right back. And we're back. We have the lid mounted, and the glue is pretty much dry. I've spent about a half an hour waiting, just letting this tack up. But we have the completed tomb. And again, this is one of 2 different types of tombs. So I'm just holding the top on so it doesn't fall off. Yep, right there. And I did exactly what I told you about in the first step to watch what you do. Look at that blank space right there. So before this sets up too hard, I'm going to pop that off and spin it back around, and then I'll fix it. But that wasn't intentional. That was me not checking. So that's my scrape side. So when you make yours, make sure you watch which direction you're putting your blocks to make sure that scrape side is down like it is on the rest. So, and that's what the bottom looks like. And the top, there is some space in there. Let me, I did put, one of the potions of mine does fit right down in there. So if you're playing a D&D game, you could actually, load these up with some treasure or something like that. So when the player characters come across and remove the lid, that there's actually something in there they can take with them. So again, this was a how-to on the Hirst Arts for the Tomb project. And if you like it, thumbs up. If you want to see some more, subscribe. And we'll talk to you again soon. I appreciate your time. Thank you.